Nick Fuentes just keeps exposing Tucker Carlson, and he's not holding back. And apparently this Friday, his new stream is going to expose even way more about Tucker Carlson. So stay tuned for that. I, for one, am damn sure excited. Anyways, I wanted to show you this. And I have a freaking... Love when hair gets in my lip gloss. Like, that's so rude. Hashtag female problems. Hashtag blame the patriarchy. Anyways, this is from Kaiser Rev on X. You guys should go follow him. Anyways, side-by-side comparison of Tucker Carlson attacking Pat Buchanan and Nick Fuentes. 25 years later, it's a different costume and it's exactly the same story. Intriguing. Let's watch.
I mean, this is part of the sad thing about Pat Buchanan, as far as I'm concerned.
The sad thing is, and I know that no one who watches him will believe me,
Pat does raise issues that I think are important.
Doesn't mean everything he says is false. It doesn't mean he's not talented. He's enormously talented. Doesn't mean he's a bad person. I'm not attacking him personally.
I mean, I think that, the sovereignty of the American military, et cetera, I mean, these are not just crank issues.
It's young white men who've been totally cut out of our economy, attacked mercilessly. I mean, they really are the victims, and they're desperate, and no one speaks for them. So they go to Fuentes because he's like incredibly articulate, and they think he's our leader.
But unfortunately, Pat Buchanan raises them in a way that I think is discredited.
But he is clearly part of a campaign to discredit non-crazy right voices.
Pat Buchanan is part of the reason it's so hard to have that conversation, because he discredits it by his presence.
That's a campaign to destroy credible voices on the right. And Fuentes is part of it.
And that he believes in conspiracies and...
Wow, I am live reacting to this for the first time. I wanted to save it for you guys to see what I actually thought on the spot. And wow, this is creepy, okay? And like I said in my last video on this topic, I never really liked Tucker Carlson that much. And I really do feel vindicated in this. So wow, same script, different characters. That is more true than the sky being blue. My wigga. Anyways.
And that he believes that the Jews are this sinister, secretly organized force.
Wait, hold on. Nick being compared to Patrick Buchanan. Love that.
Trying to affect American politics. And those aren't discussions I think normal people, sober people should be having.
Anyway, like,
Sober.
Who is this kid exactly? Mm-hmm. And maybe it's just an accident that the guy exclusively goes after people who are in the same, roughly the same. And then he gets up there and he's like, making Holocaust jokes.
When attacked, he can always fall back on the line, well, the tiny cabal that controls American politics doesn't like me because I speak truth to power. This is actually, incidentally, almost verbatim what he said the other day, that I offend the plutocracy, that I'm a wanted man by the inside the Beltway people, and in every sense cast himself as a victim who is sort of a Karen Silkwood of politics, someone who's so truthful that he's being hunted down by the conspiracy.
Okay, shut the F up. I'm sorry. I'm already so disgusted by Tucker Carlson after just seeing, not even 2 minutes of this so far. Holy crap, it is a legit script from the CIA, probably. Oh, the CIA that he had no idea his father was a part of. And Nick Fuentes, that little kid, that basement dweller kid from Chicago, figured out by looking it up online. And that's Tucker's words, of course, that he used to demean and discredit Nick Fuentes, as he's continuing to do. This is very coordinated. I'm sorry if these voices are so wrong. Isn't it like part of the conservative message? We don't silence people. We shouldn't censor them. Let them say their stupid ideas proudly. We want it on display. But when it comes to people like Nick, or people that actually question the true establishment, not just, oh my gosh, we're going against CNN, oh my gosh, ha. No, that is like, a decade ago. I was freaking trashing Democrats in the womb, bitch, okay? That was so, 50 years ago, according to the internet's evaluation of my age, apparently. Anyways, I digress. Why is he trying to discredit Nick so much? Why? Could it possibly be because Nick exposed the fact that Tucker is a liar and his dad is part of the CIA, and it seems really... let me know if you guys agree, but it really does appear to be the case that Tucker might be a Fed, could be a Fed, and has all the best talking points and scripts to appeal to the common man. And what's funny about this Because I remember, my dad used to watch Fox News. So growing up in high school, we'd watch Fox News. And that was during the era of, I think it was like Tucker, O'Reilly, Megyn Kelly, like those three, right? No, Hannity, Tucker, Megyn Kelly. Anyways, I never loved Tucker that much because he was always complaining about how innovation and scientific advancements will be displacing American workers and people will be out of a job, which is a valid concern. But I swear God gave me a talent, especially women. This is like one of the few things that they tend to have, but a lot of them don't have the discernment to actually accurately depict what's going on. But I just had this intuition that he was not being sincere, that he really didn't care about the common man. And it seemed so fake to me. And I've never been able to hop on the base Tucker Carlson train. I never knew why, but I'm now being vindicated. A bitch like me loves to be vindicated. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, by the way. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, because, YouTube, so gay. They like to censor and, shadow ban accounts like mine that actually hashtag speak truth to power. Shout out Tucker Carlson. Please try to discredit me. I would only be so honored if Tucker Carlson gave a freaking crap to discredit me for 1 second. Wow. Then bitch, you made it. And it's also kind of like a wow, bitch, go make a sandwich. Why are you trying to make it so bad? Anyways, I digress. Let's get back. Oh my gosh. I never stop talking. So obnoxious.
Conspiracy that runs Washington. I mean, it's all a bit much by the conspiracy that runs Washington. I mean, it's all a bit much.
25 years later, a quarter of a century later, and it's the exact same story. It's literally the exact same story.
Insane.
Calls for regime change in Iraq, then calls for regime change in Iran now. Pat Buchanan running as a spoiler, as a third party against the Republicans. Then me telling the Groypers not to vote for Trump because of the war in Iran now. And verbatim the same script. Back then, Pat Buchanan is spoiling the conversation, discrediting real voices of a campaign to discredit authentic America First voices. The only thing that changed is the costume. You notice that? The only difference is the costume change. 25 years ago, he's wearing the bow tie and the navy blazer and khakis. And today, he's wearing his flannel shirt. Signature flannel shirt on his own network in his log cabin in Maine. That's the only thing that changed. 25 years ago, he was just playing a different character. 25 years ago, he was playing one of the Brooks Brothers, hanging chads type elite conservatives, which were in vogue back then. And now that we have a populist conservative movement made up of Matt Walsh's and Trump voters and the swamp people, the duck hunters, what do they call them?
The duck hunters.
Now he's got his flannel on.
Duck Dynasty. Oh my gosh. This video is really motivating me and triggering me. Hashtag I'm so triggered. I really just want to go off on like a Twitter rampage, X rampage, whatever, so gay, and just be like, Tucker, you're a Fed, you're a grifter, the original grifter. Oh, I just want to go off on Tucker because this is insane. And yes, Tucker's wearing a new costume because that's what's trendy, as Nick was saying, but also he has a new villain. There's a new villain cast this season on Tucker Carlson's Grifting America. It's to crazy. And I'm so happy that this was put together because this to me just proves everything. Because it's like, you don't want to completely cut ties and ruin a possible future relationship because maybe the person isn't what it seems online. Like maybe it's just a trend to hate on this one political commentator. We see that. But I really do feel like I really believe down in my core, in my soul, that Tucker is a grifting Fed who I am fed up with. Like if you agree. Anyways, take it away.
With his sleeves rolled up. And as Candace Owens said, he really just wants to hunt and fish with his kids in Maine. Costume change. 25 years ago, he was a member of the elite. Since Trump got elected, he underwent a rebrand and became a populist. I'm fighting for the people. I'm one of you. Look at me. I'm wearing a flannel and flip-flops. I like Zen, just like you.
I remember like that Gavin McInnes interview from so long ago. He's like, yeah, I'm late or whatever because I had to go get my nicotine gum. Yes. Oh my gosh. I have such a bad nicotine addiction and it's so expensive, as if he couldn't, like, as if it's a problem to afford nicotine gum for him. Like, come on. Okay, remember, he was a co-host on a main CNN show way back in the day, Rapid Fire, I believe. And didn't he have released text messages from him talking crap about Trump and how if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments down below, because I love the engagement, help boost the video. Anyways, it seems like he doesn't like Trump. And what Nick is saying with this in context is he was only attaching himself to Trump publicly because it was currently beneficial to his political career and his grift, because that's the way, or that's the populist angle, the populist direction is where the American right is moving towards. So I don't think he actually liked Trump. I think he had a disdain for Trump because he's the son of a CIA elitist, and he's also one himself, probably. And an ugly one at that literally rhymes with Fucker. Like, what a mother Tucker, you know?
Regular guy, but it's the same attack. And
So
what
true.
the attack comes down to, as I said last week, it's a gatekeeping, limited hangout operation. It is explicitly telling you these are the bounds of acceptable discourse. It is okay to talk about the Israel lobby. It is not okay to talk about Judaism. These are legitimate issues, and I think people should talk about them. But the way he talks about them is all wrong. It's hateful and crazy. He says that he's being accused of, or he says rather that he's playing the victim. He's attacked by the inside the Beltway crowd. But that's just a fallback. That's just an excuse. He is a legitimate anti-Semite. Sober people should not be hearing this. Sober people should not be discussing what he is discussing.
Like, Tucker, please get sober off of your freaking Zen, okay? Stop freaking devouring your nicotine gum, you freaking drug addict. Gosh, what the Tucker?
It's the exact same script. And honestly, I saw that clip and it's just disturbing. I don't know what else to say other than it's just disturbing, because it's literally the exact same script a quarter of a century apart. They've been doing this for a long time.
They absolutely have. Tucker Carlson is a Fed confirmed. I'm not just saying that to be, oh my gosh, let me be dramatic and exciting for the YouTube video. No, I really do believe that. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that? If you made it to the end of the video, comment an orange heart. If you know, you know. And yeah, I'm excited to keep up with this expose of Tucker. Great work, Nick. Adios.